you can see on the
Swear
screen,
in
hiding in plain sight is very possible, but extremely dangerous. It will be exactly as it is in real life. If you try and hide behind a blade of grass, no one is going to guarantee that someone won't see you in that blade of grass.
No.
If you hide behind a wall,
that's-
then you have a much better chance of surviving. I will continue onwards.
So someone was saying, can they swap the video sizes, probably so that they can see the game better and see our faces less?
Come on, guys.
This is the thing.
You don't want to see us?
We're not.
This
it's
is
us,
this
right?
is what it's about, people.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Where
all
is it?
you're getting here.
Yeah.
If it's something else, then
Do you think Dave shaved for reasons?
Like, do the
he
swap
looks
room,
like,
but keep my
you know,
face.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We're just
no,
kidding.
No, 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 no,
Okay,
no.
all right,
That's
fair,
better.
For a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
be
good.
It's good.
Music is super important to a game like this. You're absolutely right, Prodigy.
Run!
Hey, is that Prodigy X, the really cool dude with the funky eyes that we met at PAX? If so, yes. It was really cool to meet you, and I hope you are going to play with us.
There's a bag.
You can swear in French, it's fine.
Yeah, you can swear in whatever language you like. I think.
Okay.
Wait a minute. So
I can talk a bit about the music. You want to talk a bit about the music?
actually, I want to go back to that vision and perception question because it's really, really interesting. So one of our rule when we're designing this game is that you can never be totally safe, right? And one thing really cool about the vision of the killer is that it can change depending on the perks, the killer you have, or what offerings have been played at the beginning of the match. So for example, offering can change the lighting in the game, so of course the killer will see differently. But you could have a specific perk that your killer has that makes him see a little bit clearer in the level. Or
Where is it?
he might want to protect himself from the flashlight because he can get blinded by the flashlight. So by doing this, it would make his vision a little darker. So things like that changes how the killer his perception. And so as a survivor, you never really know what's going on.
I don't see it.
What are you looking for?
He's
The
hiding.
Killer.
But is it the right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's invisible. That
Yeah, I
that would be
know.
a traditional problem.
Right now, I'm a chicken.
Yeah,
So
but
you
I
can
don't know
see-
who's
I
playing
think
the
it's
right,
worth
but he's
like-
not very good. There's
but it's
only
worth
one
a-
wounded person.
It's worth mentioning that this is exactly what happens when you have one of the other killers with one of their other powers come into
My
the
God!
game.
Shit.
It forces you as a survivor to adopt different strategies depending on the killer you're facing. And the fact you don't know who the killer is prior to coming into the game means that every time you enter the game, no matter what you're asked to do, you can't be absolutely sure of your strategy. So it's not until you hear the telltale signs of the Wraith that you start to realize that moving is suddenly a lethal endeavor and that you want to move slowly and quietly. With the Trapper, you have to watch out on your feet all the time. You can't be sure that every blade of grass hasn't got a bear trap in. And with other killers, it'll be exactly the same. Every killer brings a fundamental change to the gameplay.
So someone here was asking, hey, are you going to tell us about the best alpha players? Which is something we were supposed to talk about
Yeah,
today.
I know. And look, I have a whole ton of stats.
Ooh, you have charts and
I
everything.
know, but they all went wrong. But let's find out. Let's find it. I'll give you some.
Okay.
I can talk about survivors.
So while that's happening, so the first game of this type I played was Damned. Are you familiar with it? If so, what will you be doing differently from Damned? So I know of the game. I haven't played it personally, or at least not enough to really make a judgment call on that. I mean, we went around and we
you make
tried
it?
every single
Yeah.
game we could see that had anything
Because
to do
of-
remotely with what we were trying to do.
Help me.
But our core idea, which was the hide and seek and creating intense emotions in people, has not really changed, and I think that's a perception or a view that we took that is slightly different from the other games of that type. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay.
So yeah, it's worth mentioning at this point that we're looking now at the spectate mode that lets you see how the other survivors are at the end of a game. Now, you don't have to wait around at the end of a game to spectate, because every time you leave the level, either through your death or through your life, you can choose to progress on as a single player type experience, or you could stick around and wait for your friends to finish. It's up to you.
I was just moving the cursor because it's annoying in the middle of the screen. Just saying.
Thank you, ciao.
Yeah. Well,
So, I
Could you
can
please
I can announce our greatest ever
Oh.
survivor.
So close.
That's so bad.
So I have a message here, a question from Bad Behaviour saying, "Could you please to loosen our shackles, sir?" No.
Which shackle? Did we shackle someone again?
Well, you know, we're shipping very soon.
Oh yeah, no shackled. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lockdown.
How do you get alternate outfits? Random drops after game?
No.
No.
That's
So
that.
alternate outfits are in the game. You're going to get them as soon as you start the game for all of the survivors. There's also prestige outfits that you can unlock in the progression.
Well, that's answered. In private lobbies, will we have the option of spectator slots where additional people can join and watch? Yeah, it's something we discussed, especially after our visit to PAX, where I think, at least for me, it really opened my eyes to the intensity of the interest that came from the Twitch population and the YouTube streamers. Obviously, that was a little last minute, so we didn't shove that feature in at the last moment. But it's definitely something we want to do. So it's pretty high, floating in the bucket of things that we want to have. And we want to be able to give as much support to anybody who wants to broadcast their experience. As I keep saying, it's all about creating intense and very real emotions in people and seeing human nature at its best and at its worst. So being able to showcase that is something I think most people want to watch anyway. So.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch. It's a game that's fun to watch.
Yeah. Are you going to play on the new map? So it could be.
Well, you see, you can't tell what map you're going to have each time, so we'll see what happens in the next game.
Yeah.
Unless on the alpha, of course.
So who are you playing with right now?
Meg.
No, but who are the other players? We have Dominic, we have Alex and Shelby.
All
It
right.
should be all right.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not sure.
No, but it's going to be okay.
Wait, does Dwight have a mustache now?
Oh,
That was a beautiful answer.
Yes, mustaches everywhere.
everywhere. Come on, we all love mustaches.
Meg, Codette, Jake, everybody.
Everybody
Mustache.
has mustaches. That is,
Actually-
by the way, that's a lie. That's
Yes.
not
That's a
true.
lie.
But it
So,
would be great. So-
Mustache for Dwight, no mustaches for anybody else. We did have a weird, glitchy, terrifying monster at some point we called
can we show this?
Dweg.
Do we have this?
Do you have that somewhere? No, we
Can
don't have
show
that somewhere.
Okay, next
But
time.
we might
Next time
share
we'll
Dweg.
share Dweg with the world.
Yeah,
Yes,
we-
100 years mustache.com
I mean,
forever.
we wanted to make sure that everybody understand that these guys are not necessarily teens.
Yes, it's important. Actually, they are totally not
Teens.
teens. We do have beards also.
It's not impossible that someone would be a teen. It's just
Exactly. It's that survivors can be anybody, right?
The idea being that these are people that have been completely taken out of wherever they were. Oh, we are in a new map. This is thrilling.
It's a reveal.
It's strangely dark on that screen.
It is strangely dark. On this.
Well,
But maybe it
yeah.
looks great on everyone else's screen.
That's
Very
Does
nice.
it look great on everybody else's screen? Yeah.
Everyone reply.
Okay. Oh, video is not playing now.
What?
Someone is screaming.
Maybe we blocked it because it's a new level and you can't see it.
Was it too good?
too
New
good.
map. All right. Pop out player. All right. So yeah, this new map is called the Cold Wind Farm.
Yep.
Do you want to say a word about it?
Yeah, so this is the home of our next killer, but in the moment you're going to see the Wraith, as you can see him there decloaking right in front of
Damn.
the survivor.
Run into the cornfields.
So this contains a really cool gameplay feature of the cornfields, and the cornfields, run into the cornfield. It's definitely, we're going to get you killed now.
Don't go into the slaughterhouse.
Okay.
Slaughterhouse is a very aptly named building that your entry into will probably only end one way.
Yeah.
The
Bacon.
cornfield is really, really useful, and it's extremely good for spotting the Wraith because when he's invisible, the corn still moves, so it's still possible to see him. But it's a real survivor. It seems like it's going to be good for killers. I mean, it's good for the rows, so the killer can track down the rows looking for survivors in them. but it's a great place to lose the killer because of his field of view is so tight that you can get quite disorientated in there.
But then some killer use it at their advantage.
Absolutely,
Like
they do.
you know, the world's a sandbox, and you choose what you want to do with it. So you'll be able to find strategies.
So some people here are saying that this looks so good. I'm assuming they are talking about you.
Me?
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
specifically.
Sure. Yeah, well, I mean, it's natural.
Yeah, it's all natural actually. That some people have asked the question. Maybe it's just in my head.
I think
there
it's
are
like-
a few questions in there.
Like, are we CG? Have we all been created in CG because we just
Something like
yeah,
that.
we just don't look real.
Yeah, I should start asking questions that have not been asked.
Are you going to ask our Twitch community questions? Is that how you're going to do it?
Oh, maybe. Well, to answer nobody's question, I did buy new socks.
Nice. Well, you're going to need to show that now.
Maybe a little later.
Okay.
Okay. Please add split screen. 4 players in one room on one TV versus one online killer would be so fun.
Yes, it would.
Oh, yes.
But
It's just a checkbox, right?
that's a button. It has no performance issues
Done.
at all.
No, obviously, all of these things sound
It's
really
super
awesome,
cool,
but
it
it's
would be
always a lot of work to implement.
And,
so,
and actually,
yeah,
in
maybe
the case
future.
of that one, I think there's a really interesting thing about that particular one because we looked at it. Obviously, we looked at in the early prototypes of different versions and what platforms it was coming out on. And obviously, it's a 5-player game where one of the people by default cannot see what the other people are doing. And in its first iteration of the prototype, we only had a split screen with a killer on one side and a survivor with 4 lives on the other. And even on that, we had to create a separator on the TV screen to be able to split the 2 views because any kind of advantage from the other person and the game just falls apart. They have to have independent views of the world.
So,
Nice save.
are you going to mention the best alpha players? Yeah, we're looking into that any minute now.
I can mention the best killer ever.
The best killer ever?
Yeah.
Do it.
It's Ducky.
Ducky is the best killer ever.
It's been said. It's on record now. Ducky.
Just so you know, Ducky made a total of 58 games. I don't know how many games Ducky played in total. I'd have to look that up somewhere else. But 58 games where he killed all 4 survivors.
Is he here today? Is he in the Twitch?
I don't know.
Disqualified.
But
Yeah.
then definitely we did have a very late, and I'd have to just double check. I'm going to double check this for next week as well with Meow Meow Seeker, who came in very strong at the end with a series of alpha slaughter fests.
True.
Really, you guys really helping us out testing this game with your killing prowess. So Meow Meow Seeker is not second. Clyde is second on 48 clean sweeps. Meow Meow Seeker on 38. Jert's on 26. And Tink bringing up the number 5 with 24 clean sweeps.
There you go. My socks are not pink.
Oh,
Will Almir be a killer? No.
Why not say maybe?
Okay, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Why is she laughing when she's getting hunted and almost getting caught? Is this game not supposed to be scary? That's called nervous laughter.
that's
It's-
not that kind. It's not like
Yeah.
hilarious. Why don't you answer that question?
But it's also
Yes.
fun.
I'm so anxious right now. Oh my god.
Well, there
No,
you go.
no.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I don't think she's fine.
All right. What else we got? Do you have any artwork you can share with us?
Oh, we should have bought the wag. Well, we did show you the entire of a new level, the junkyard, and an entire of a new killer.
Yeah, you're
Right.
being a little greedy right now.
So I think we did very well for today, but next time we'll just try to do more.
Yeah, if I buy the deluxe edition after release, will I still get Payday 2 masks, or is it only for pre-order? It's a very good question. I am quite sure you still get the masks, but I'll have to double check with our friends at Starbreeze. I notice every map is about the generators. Will that change in the future? Different maps, different objectives.
So in the future, we're definitely going to be looking at different objectives to implement into the game. I mean, one of the ways with the asymmetry of the game and the different generators that we have currently, the game is balanced for the current objective. That's what I'd say. It's to get all the different killers with all their fundamental powers and all the survivors with all their perks, with the generators and the doors as the 2 combos. In its core iteration right now, this will be the launch variant. But it's something we'll be looking to after launch at some point to try and add either more things for the survivors to do, or eventually the overall goal will be to add more objectives. Having said that, there are other objectives in the game. You have daily rituals that you can achieve that give you separate sub-objectives to do in the game, whether that's do certain things with certain characters, and as well as there is officially another objective in
Wow.
the mysterious hatch.
That's one for Stefan.
Yeah. So I hope Stefan, our gatekeeper, is watching and cringing.
Gatekeeper!
Down the
Save
road, do you
us.
plan on allowing workshop maps? Absolutely. I mean, the Steam Workshop is such a fountain of creativity and really cool stuff that we couldn't even think by ourselves. That we want to be able to allow people to make their own stuff and play together with that.
Yeah, basically we want to build this game, further in the future with the community. We want this game to get better with you guys.
Murph is saying, "Damn, I must be sixth."
Oh yeah, you are. 21. Yeah, good guess.
Yeah.
But I can give you the top 5 survivors, which is more interesting because some people are both top 5 killer and top 5 survivor, which technically makes them the best Dead by Daylight player ever. So number 1 on the survivor list, and this is done by survival scoring points totals that we consider valid survival strategies. So for example, doing nothing in the level or just getting into and out of an escape endlessly doesn't count for this. So it's the total number of scoring events you made over the last year. So number 1 is Sasha CZ on a colossal 5,900 points, followed by Clyde, who is number 2 on this list too, and you've got to wonder what he would have done if he'd been focusing on either being a killer or a survivor. And then we've got Tamasakik at number 3, Isaiah at number 4, and Hist at number 5. So congratulations, you guys. You've put in many, many hours in helping us tune this game. Without you guys, we would not be anywhere near where we are. So all of you and the rest in the top 10, 20, 30 have really, really, really helped us create the game that we're creating now. So without you, I don't know how we'd have done it.
Where did Jake go? You had the gorgeous bearded Jake.
I can retake it.
As a really good question, does Jake have a beard now?
Have you guys thought about making a reaction video film from the point of view of the player to show how scary it can be under ideal conditions?
Yeah.
Ash, do you want to answer this?
No, Dave, answer it. You answer it. You haven't answered anything.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Well,
Yeah.
we thought about it.
Well,
And
this is our version of it, and it's hidden behind a TV screen. But I hope you can hear the noises.
actually, it's funny because this is exactly the view that I have from my desk.
I know.
Because Iliane works just a few meters away, but she's hidden behind her monitor, and I can just sort of see the top of her head and hear her screech, and it's delightful.
Well, it was really fun at PAX when we saw the new players react to our game, and there was also reaction from the really crisp face of anxiety to people who would scream. But we weren't in an ideal position to film that and to use it.
Yeah, and we didn't want to, put people under pressure to
No.
see it. So, it's one of those things that whenever we see it, and we've seen other companies do it as well, and obviously it's really powerful. But it's also a case of we didn't want to, create. It's always a sensation that it might be a fake expression or something. So,
Mustache Dwight.
Yes.
oh, there he is, Mustache Dwight and bearded Jake. Come on,
Wonderful.
it's the future.
Yeah. Okay, daily rituals like bathing in a tub of baked beans?
Let's say not that one, but maybe. Dave,
Close.
maybe.
I just heard beans.
Okay,
Daily
good.
rituals like bathing in a tub full of baked beans?
Oh yeah,
English?
no, not like that. So daily rituals are basically objectives, secondary objective that you get every day to make extra points. So they're challenges. But no beans.
Okay. How do you plan on not splitting the community later down the road? If adding new maps or other DLC, nothing can hurt a game more than splitting a community.
Great question.
Really great question. We don't. Yes, we do have a very good plan.
The plan is pretty simple, actually.
Yeah.
Is there will not be a split in
There
the community.
will not be a split. So,
So-
if however we do it, if say a killer is made available one way or another, and someone takes the killer or doesn't take the killer, then everyone can play against that killer. Same with the survivor. Same with the maps or the levels or the themes. I mean, everything that we've done is procedurally generated and got all kinds of different ways. So it's really important. The system that we've set up to handle that means that we can have whoever's running the server, anyone can grab the content and play against and or with that person, depending on how we want to do it. So the overarching goal of what we want to do is not split our community. That's what we really are aiming to try and do. It's the one thing that we need to try and keep all you guys together.
Oh, by the way, if you see weird things like we just saw Jake go through a wall, it's because this is our actual development build. We're actually refining some of the mechanics right now.
Damn.
So sometimes it's going to be the bug seen on screen.
Yeah. The bug.
Yeah.
So, can we pick which survivors to play as? Well, as you could see in the lobby, yes, it's absolutely part of your loadout. Picking which character you want to play as, how you equip the character, how you customize the character. All of this is yours to decide. Merv saying, "Damn, must be 6th or 7th survivor."
Oh, hold on.
I hate to break it to you, Murph, but you did not make that list.
No, he didn't make that list.
Wah, wah.
No, there was some.
You have to work a
serious
little harder on
survivors.
that. Yeah. Dick Fort is a silly goose. That is correct. Will you have seasonal-based themes in the game? For example, Halloween, will you make a patch where you can play as a pumpkin killer as long as Halloween is present? Well, that is a really cool idea, and there are specific moments that will most likely trigger things. Obviously, creating a full theme or creating a whole specific killer just for a weekend or something like that is a pretty expensive thing to do for a momentary thing.
I think it comes back to what Dave said, is that our evolution of this game will be based around
Okay.
working with all of you to try and build what we all want together. So I expect like that to have many features across the board that we all want to expand the game and build new features into the game and add new things that we all want, and everyone has something different that they want to add to the game, and we'll continue to work with the product to try and make it better and better for everyone. So that's really our plan going forward. So is it something that we've thought about? Yeah, it's something we've thought about, but at the moment our primary focus is obviously making sure that we have as slick a possible experience to begin with, and then we'll start looking at future product moving on in the future.
Do you think you'll release additional merchandise like posters, novels, comics down the road? Sure. I doodle a comic, and yeah, you can write the novel.
Yeah, sure, I've done it. No, I haven't done
Who knits?
Uh-oh.
Bad Behavior. It's a mean
There you go.
Stitch. Will this game release on time?
that. Well,
June 14th is still...
that's still the day today.
yeah. Who knows?
I
You know?
can't answer that. I hope so.
Yeah.
It's every intent and plan to do it.
Yeah, so next game, Elian can play killer. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
So, what's the most amusing bug so far? Asked by Bad Behavior.
Going through a window.
Gotta get those softballs rolling. So, what's the most amusing bug? I think for me it's Dweg.
Dweg in the entire
Oh
game.
wow, that's awesome bug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we fetch that image?
I'll see if I can find
Oh,
it. Give me
that
2
would be
minutes.
great.
Alright,
Answer some
great.
serious questions that take you 5 minutes.
Oh, no.
Are you guys from Sweden? No. No. None of us is. I'm originally from around here. Actually, here being Montreal. I'm from a little town up north. Yeah. Are you from around here?
Yes.
Pretty much. You, Ash?
No, I am not from around here, but I have been here for 10 years, so I guess I am from around here.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're all essentially subjects of Her Majesty.
One way or another.
There you go. Eliane, you from around here?
Yeah, from Montreal.
Oh, there you go.
So mostly, although via different places.
Yeah. Are you going to create closed location later, like an asylum?
Like that? Yes, we will be looking into creating more and more locations as we go forward. Again, that comes back to the same future content plan. We'd love to. It's part of the plan to keep adding new and more interesting and varied levels and parts to the world. It's obviously, the future of the game. You're going to be wanting to try new different things. So that's definitely something we want to do.
Do you have plans on more ways to sacrifice people? The hooks and current brutalizations are awesome, but I'd love to see more ways to commit sweet murder.
Oh, that's interesting. So I can say that there are more ways.
You probably just got on a list by saying that somewhere. What else you got? Spider survivors.
Is that a
Spider
question?
survivors, best bug. Thank you, bad behavior. Do you have invincibility frames while taking other survivors off the hooks?
Dave.
Well, sorry, what?
Do you have an invincibility frame while taking another survivor off the hook?
No, you don't.
No, we don't.
No, you don't. You can get interrupted. So
Yeah, there was a
just be
glitch
careful.
at some point during the alpha where you couldn't get interrupted while
Yeah.
you're doing that, but that's a glitch.
No, be careful. So anytime you interact, you're never safe. So if the killer is nearby, he can grab you.
Yeah, so are you wiggling right now?
Yeah.
Wiggle harder.
Did the control change?
Chests hilleted? I'm not sure what that means. Thank you, Murph. Can survivors heal damage? Absolutely, Mr. ZTV.
Who do I
Yeah.
send
So-
the Dweg image to?
Healing.
Oh, that's
what?
beautiful. Okay, you have to put that in a folder. Roberto,
Put it
can you tell-
the same folder as the video,
I
basically.
don't know what the video is.
That's complicated.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Send me a link. Can you send me a link?
I'll talk about healing while you do this.
You do that.
Yeah, healing.
So healing, yes. So survivor can heal other survivors at any time, right? So if they're on the ground crawling or if they're just injured, you can have a lengthy operation of healing others. You can also do this action cooperatively, so many survivors can gang up on another one, and it's going to be faster. Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah.
Shit, no.
There's also an item, which is called the aid kit, the first aid kit, that's going to help you heal much faster and heal yourself as well.
So there. The chest highlight might have something to do with the chest-looking icon at the bottom right. Well spotted. So yeah, Eliane took the perk right now. I don't remember what it's called,
Plunderers Instinct.
which highlights chests when you get within a certain range of them. So you get a bit of an insight, and you can actually loot the level to find some cool stuff.
Very useful, yeah.
One of my favorites, personally. Are you going to publish the best alpha player list on Steam discussions? Did you make the list? Shoko one ad?
Yes, I'll publish it up.
Good.
I'll
Okay.
get it polished up.
Is there only one game mode? Well, that was an interesting discussion we kept having about what exactly defines the mode in our thing.
A mode is defined by something that effectively you start the game with at the beginning. We have two modes. We have the ranked mode and we have the kill your friends mode. Now, one is something you can do with a bunch of friends, and there's effectively the rules are changeable as a result. So, you can play with two friends and the game will start anyway. And one is the ranked mode, which is effectively the game that we have balanced for the world. So this is both a single and a multiplayer and a cooperative mode all put together. That revolves around the generators and the doors. It needs 5 players to start, 1 killer, 4 survivors. The kill your friends mode is something that you can just play for fun with friends. If you have 5 friends, that's great, but if you have 4 friends, that's also great. And the game auto balances to allow that to happen. So we have, in terms of modes, 2 modes. In terms of objectives and other things, that's a different question, but I'm going to answer the one about modes right now.
How big are the maps?
Adequate.
Adequate.
Perfectly sized.
And
It
some
goes,
some are slightly larger than others, and some slightly smaller.
Again, it comes back to like the rank mode is balanced for 5 players for the number of generators, the locations of generators, the number of players, the speed of the killer, and the lighting and the distance of vision. All these things are the core metrics that define what the game is, to be able to maintain this sense of dread and fear for everyone involved.
What happened?
Did you get murdered?
Yes, that
Just-
was the last one.
Oh.
So yeah, we've tested a lot with the layouts of the maps, and it's all part of the procedural system as well. So you don't know which layout you're gonna have, but in terms of size, we've found this adequate size that is perfect for the game balance, like Ash was saying. But some are, more narrow, more large. They change
Yeah, they're different
size, they change
shapes.
layout, they change shape. Yeah.
Which killer do you guys like playing the most? Suggestive, you were there last time, so obviously you heard that answer and you probably liked it so much that you want. It's like asking for your favorite song when you go see a band play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's mix things up now. We're gonna change it each
Let's
time.
just
Oh yeah,
change it.
so you're gonna play as the killer.
Yep.
Which one is your favorite?
Wait,
don't do that button.
No, that one. Chuckle.
Oh no.
I like Chuckle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do the chuckle.
Yeah, he's not called Chuckles.
No.
In our hearts.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that's
it's gonna be
it.
chuckle.
The
Okay.
smiling killer.
Before we play though, can we show Dweg?
Oh yeah.
I need the file. I need
Oh,
the location. I don't know where to put it.
Roberto, can you send him a link? Just shoot link.
It'll be worth it, everyone.
Send him a link to where he should be putting it. Any minute now. Okay, will private matches be available in the beta? That's a good question. Is that one of the things that we allow in the beta?
She'll have to have a summit with the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
There you go. Could very well be. I don't know. I love the animations. So smooth. Well, we'll make sure to tell Senor Varas and Senor Gomez that you approve of their work. In Alpha, I used my teammates as bait. I always healed. Never the healer feels bad. You should. I
But
do
you
the
won,
same.
right?
But the thing is, you live. And
Sometimes.
that's what. Yeah, sometimes.
But there's nothing better than living and saving someone.
What's that white thing in the middle upper half of the window you're sitting in? That little thing right there that's not in your window, but that's in the right above, right there.
There.
That's a light glitch. That's not supposed to. Ah, there you go.
Amazing.
Thank you for fixing everything.
Oh, it's fine. It's gone. Oh, that's because you whacked it.
Can killers hit survivors while carrying a survivor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different. When this game.
Wait a minute. It's a little
Oh,
bit more
okay.
complicated than that. Okay, so while you're transporting a survivor on your shoulder, the white thing is now much worse. I'm just saying. He can wiggle,
there's
right? He can also
dimensions.
wiggle free, so you don't have a lot of time with him on the shoulder of the killer. He can actually run away pretty fast. So it's not like you can stay like that with the survivor banked on your shoulder and just run around. It's going to be really tough to do that.
Well, technical problem.
Yeah.
Are you? Will survivors carrying a med kit ever be able to heal themselves while bleeding out?
Oh, well, excellent question. So, eventually. Not now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna include all this new content, the maps, the killers, in the closed beta? No.
Gatekeeper. For those who don't know
No,
who
no,
the
no.
gatekeeper is, well, we know that's a no. No, not all of it, for sure.
For the beta, there's going to be
Okay.
only Chukles and Macmillan Estate. We need to tease a little. That's what I've been told.
Sounds good to me.
I tend to put out.
Yeah.
But no, I've been told hold a little bit back and
I was
keep
too
them
busy
wanting
making
more.
a Wraith reveal video to pay
Yeah.
any attention.
Will leaderboards be reset every now and again?
Every month.
Every month. If there aren't enough players in a lobby, will they get taken over by AI?
No.
Thank you. I think I want to be your friend, Atlantis Thief. I hope this was directed at me.
I'm going to go with yes. Go pretend.
We're friends now. All right. How are you doing with the killing?
You found anyone yet?
Yep. But she's there.
Items and perk. Will they help you self-escaping from the hooks? Yes, some of them do that. Some of them do the opposite.
What did we see? We saw. What did we see?
What?
Someone
What?
said that. I'm a little late right now, so probably it was about something in the lobby with the selection of things.
Yeah, if you could fill us in a bit more detail, we'll tell you what you saw.
Yeah, that was.
I have Dweg is ready for distribution.
Stop running.
So, can you talk about how each side acquires points during a match?
Yeah, so you'll see while Ilian is playing, there's going to be events on the left side of the screen that appears, and these are score events. So they help you understand what gives you point in the game. So there's basically 4 categories for the killer and 4 categories for the survivors. So there's one right there about chasing. So as you do these actions, you do points, blood points, as we call them in game. And these blood points are directly given to you at the end. In the tally, they go into your blood point pool, and you use these points to progress your character.
So the goal is the more you do in game, the more active you are in each individual match, the more points you'll earn and the faster you'll progress.
And that's really important what Ash just said, because we would like you as a killer to basically play with your food. Like, the longer you can stay in the game and, you know, just hit them, let them go away, and, you know, just terrorize them a little bit, or stress the meat, that's the term, then you'll make more points and you'll get more rewarded in the end.
Can something like map makers be possible?
I think that's back to the workshop thing.
Yeah, I assume so. Yes. Show us the other killers, please.
Well, we've seen... we'll see two today. We'll play as a Wraith in a minute.
Yes. Are there items and or perks to have a better chance of self-escaping from the hooks?
answered
You
that
answered
one.
that.
Answered yes, there are.
And it's funny because we also have L. McLean that replied, yes, there are perks for everything. Because
much.
he pretty much made
Yeah, that's
most
the
of
perks,
those.
yes. So it's interesting, now that we see the killer side of things, you see red marks on the ground. So that is left by survivors who are running around. So it helps the killer find the survivor.
So is there a sturgeon on site? Surgeon. Surgeon on
There's
site.
I was thinking this is an incredible fish pun. We accept cheese puns, we do not accept fish puns in this
There you go.
podcast.
How do you stop players from cheating? Beheading,
If
if
possible.
caught.
If caught.
Okay, what type of cheating are you referring to? If you can specify in the question.
Yeah, if you're referring to general, like, yeah, so there's a number of different ways we're looking at, but yeah, we'll need to know more. And no clues.
Well, while we're waiting for that, there's a question here. Will future killers all be melee based, or will you need to discuss with... Oh, yeah, okay. So, basically for the future, any type of horror monster you can imagine could make it into the game. We're not limited to anything. General answer.
And the melee attack is simply the default knockdown. It will not be the only way that each one of the killers can injure that thing. The power itself could be dramatically different from one to the other. Whatever it is that, in theory, you can imagine, the power could deliver. So, you know, don't think of the weapon as only being in the right hand. The power could become the weapon.
Any chance of players getting too overpowered by unlocking new things? Yes. No.
I mean, it's a danger, but it's a balance we hope we've struck.
Actually, probably what's going to happen is by the time you've unlocked too many things, you got really, really good at the game. And, well, that didn't work out so well for you. You got away. Are you aware that it's not supposed to happen?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
I'm just helpful with them.
You're
So you've been blinded. What's going on?
Oh, there's a rescue going on.
Come on!
Okay.
Oh,
well,
those guys are
So
the
we
worst.
we are monitoring the community as you're gonna play, and we are getting stats out of every game the community is playing. So we will see if one perk of one item or a combination of these loadout unbalances the game somehow, and we will address those in the future.
So Louis McLean said no sturgeons, but many tunable values.
Damn.
Very
We
good.
did specify no fish puns.
It's out of control
You're fired.
now.
We need to talk. Have you guys talked about the bleed out sacrifice mechanic yet? Not enough, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So sacrifice. So you get put on the hook. Was that a question from Bad Behavior?
No.
It's a legitimate
Oh yeah,
question?
it's
Yeah.
it's totally a question from Bad Behavior.
Okay, so what happens when you get put on a hook is, and I'm gonna hide the icon. Okay.
It's so mysterious.
Yeah, mysterious icon that was behind
What
me.
was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
happened there? Do you
So
wanna
when
just-
you-
should we just put Dwag up while you're
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, okay,
In
let's put
between
Dwag. I'm
while
gonna
you're
answer the
starting
question
next
about
game?
sacrifice afterwards.
And thank you, Sneaky Mongoose. He said he'll slap Mr.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that
isn't that
beauty.
beautiful? So that's Dweg.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so sacrifice while you're looking at Dweg. So once you get put on the hook, you enter the first portion of the sacrifice, which is you're basically the spider, the entity is being summoned. While this is happening, you as a survivor, you have two choices. You can just stay put and wait for help, or you can try to escape by yourself. The odds that you will escape by yourself are very low, and each time you try to do this, you kind of agitate the entity, which is going to appear faster. So you're going to be penalized every time you try to escape and it doesn't work. Then, as soon as the spider is completely summoned, you will have to struggle against it. So at that point, it's fighting. You cannot escape by yourself anymore. Someone needs to come and save you. At that point, you can also stop struggling and die. You can struggle until the end of the timer and get sacrificed, so die, or someone can come and rescue you. If you escape or get rescued off the hook, the next time you will be put on the hook, the sacrifice sequence will advance to the next step it was. So you basically have two chances to escape. Then next time you get put on the hook, you're done.
So there. We have a lot of comments saying make Dweg a playable character, obviously. Don't be sad that the little alpha community will be no more. It'll always exist. It'll always be
exist.
here.
Yeah, we know who you are. We have all your names. You have your leaderboards. You have your events. We tell little stories about you. It's a bit creepy.
So, have you considered seasonal event patch into the game? For example, you play a pumpkin killer. I answered that. Were you not paying attention? I was answering your question.
Stop reading it out again.
Well, no, but they keep writing it down.
So
Is the Wraith a male or female killer?
you'll have to wait and see.
Like, do I know that?
I know that.
Oh, you haven't told me that.
You didn't read the bio then, that you were approving.
Yes.
I think it's okay to the Wraith is a male character. This
He's
is a
a
male
dude.
character.
Yeah. Any way to act out against other survivors in game, tripping them or something like that?
Not like that. Obviously, griefing is something that we didn't want to just charge headlong into. Believe me, there are plenty of ways to upset other survivors in our game. I don't think I get through a game without being furious with one or other of the members of my team, and I feel it myself when I do such a thing. It's exactly that kind of game. It's like when you're there with other people and your communication is limited and you've got to make the best of it, and you know that working together will help your chances of survival, but not at your own death, then it's a human instinct to make terrible errors that lead to your team's demise. You don't want to, but it happens.
So Clyde was asking, did they make Meg even prettier? Yes.
We added
Every day.
17.5% since you last saw her.
Yeah. I would love to see a creepy female character similar to Mary from Damned or something even worse.
Noted.
Thanks for the...
Creepy female monsters, female killers.
Noted.
All of these things have been duly noted and have been discussed and are
discussed.
things.
Are things. They exist as sentences.
Which killer is this? I missed who was picked. That is the Wraith, I believe.
Yep, this is the Wraith.
Yeah, we should replay the video at the end of the
Yeah. So the killers are all male so far. Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean,
Well, the two
more
revealed, yeah.
of them, but some of the the Wraith for me was still a bit mysterious.
It's true, but it is.
I'm not sure if you look under that clothing, you'll be happy with what you see either way.
Yeah,
Let's
don't
just
go
leave
there.
it like that.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Are the alpha forums gone? I haven't been able to see them for a while. An important question. So the alpha forums that were attached to the game have been made invisible to
Good.
most people except moderators, just so we could go back in there
Okay.
and pick and choose the things that we needed to carry over to the new and improved alpha forums, which are attached to the new product called Dead by Daylight Alpha Access. We had to do that to fix the fact that the alpha people couldn't buy the game. Now they are two completely separate entities. Therefore, you guys are able to buy the game, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. Any chance for mutant killers?
There's a chance for all killers. That's the fun of the game, is that we are completely open.
Twerking killers?
There's a chance for all killers. That's the fun.
I read the Steam community comments on the forums every day, and you guys have fabulous ideas for killers, and it's always fun to read, and we note them all. We'll see with you guys in the future. Anything can happen.
Wait, we have a forum? Yes, we do. Yeah, we do have forums.
Yeah.
And don't hesitate to. I mean, it's a big community. I think we're over 90,000 people on Steam right now, and a lot of people are discussing. It's absolutely worth taking a dip in that ocean.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The alpha people have a specific forum just because we want to be able to discuss issues that are happening specifically in the alpha without that information being available to everyone, obviously. Steam forums are toxic. I don't like them. Well, that is probably something that happens in many other games. So far, ours has been... Well, that's pretty good.
That was cool.
That was a really cool VFX.
I wonder who did that.
Bravo.
Did you do that just for this Twitch stream so
I
that you could
think
sit here and
so.
say, look what I did? And you're
Well-
like, I'm looking at it.
Yeah. No, seriously. Good job on that.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks.
So
See,
yeah.
But I need to find other survivor now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just about showcasing
I know.
your work.
Focus.
All
I need
right.
to work.
So no, the community, the Debadala community is really really good at the moment, and we have Murph and Clyde going through and moderating, doing an excellent job. Thank you guys,
Yeah.
and we are also very active on this forum as well. We're having a lot of fun with you guys.
Poke Eliane until she cloaks.
Yeah,
Nope, I'm not okay with that.
left the cloak.
That's it. Yeah, you
Chasing.
kind of forced her into that role.
But not right now. I'm chasing. That will take
I
some
cannot.
time.
I can't do.
Yeah, okay.
No, we're
1
just
minute.
following the rules.
Oh, this is difficult.
Okay, good.
How about crossovers? There you go. How about crossovers? Maybe like Killing Floor or like real movies, like how Payday 2 got John Wick.
Yeah, I mean, again, it falls under the same category of the future killers and what we want to do. I mean, we have survivors and we have killers, and really there are no other rules other than that. We are building our own fiction. That's what we're doing. Our killers are ours, and the powers are ours, and we can use this fiction to create whatever we want. So it still comes back to the same thing. Like, the future is for all of us to grab on this project, so it's going to be good.
Yeah, same thing. Vladimir Putin 420 Blaze It was asking. That's a mouthful of a name. Do you ever think of adding skins from horror movies like Jason from Friday the 13th or Michael Myers from Halloween? Obviously, we thought about it.
Yeah.
We discussed it. The answer is always the same. Well, it has to come from two things. First of all, we want to establish our own fiction, our own identity, our own characters before we fold in anything else, just because we don't want to dilute what we are, and we want to establish an actual identity, as I said. But also, it's a matter of desire from other people to join us in this thing. So it's conversations that will keep happening. Until then we do it, and then we talk about how awesome that was.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see.
What else we got here?
Last question.
Last question already?
Yeah, last question, then we'll show the video.
What's
again.
the icon on the bottom right screen?
That's a perk.
Yeah, that's breaking barricades faster. Probably my favorite.
No, that's not the one, but it's fine.
No?
That's
Alright,
also
doesn't
another
matter.
perk that exists. Yeah.
Who has the best poutine in Montreal? Poutineville on Ontario. Are you going to publish the top alpha players? Yes. Where? On the Steam forums. Will the killers get weapon skins or new models to pick from? Very, very possible.
Very possible.
Do the killers move at their own speed? Yes, they also march to their own drums.
None of them actually own drums, though, which is interesting.
Yeah,
Not yet.
that weapon would work well as a what do you call those things?
Drumstick.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's not the most imaginative of names for something.
All right, so before we go, and actually we'll go, but we will show you that really cool video one last time before we go, and then we will be posting the full stream on our YouTube channel along with that new video. And keep your eyes peeled, just as a general rule. Just it's a good thing. Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled.
No, but also for our dev diary, which is coming at a breakneck speed towards you.
Thank you for the new followers. Tell
Yeah.
your friends.
Thank you, Murph, again, and Clyde for being here today, and
Very
everybody else. Suggestive, I'll be thinking about you, and Atlantis Steve, you are my new friend.
All right, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.